Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Natalia and today I have a reading vlog for you, and I will be reading popular / hyped up books and basically seeing whether I think they are worth the hype or not. So I've prepared two books. The first one is ACOTAR of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. So this one is like one of the most popular fantasy books out there. And what is it about? It is a fantasy novel, and in this book we follow a girl named Feyre, who is a huntress. Basically her family has lost all their wealth and now they are poor, and she's basically the only one providing for their family. So she's hunting so that they can basically get food and not starve. And one day she ends up killing a wolf, but later turns out it wasn't just a normal wolf, it was actually a fairy. So because of that, a terrifying creature arrives at her house to demand retribution. So I actually already started reading it, but I'm not that far into it yet. Let me check. So I'm on page 23. Yeah, so I'm not that far into it yet. My thoughts so far are only Feyre's family sucks and I think she does not deserve to be treated like that. So I don't know, just her family sucks, that's all I can say. So I will let you know what I think about this book later when I'm done reading it, or like when I read more of it. Okay, the second book that I want to read is Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. This one is very popular, especially lately. So many people talk about it, so many people love it. I feel like I will love it as well, to be honest. It just seems like such a good book. So in this book we follow Iris and Roman. They are rivals, so they work for the same newspaper. They are journalists and they are basically fighting for the same position. Also in this world there's like a war between gods, and also there are like humans involved that go and fight for these gods. And Iris's brother is one of those people that went to war to fight for this god. She's like starts writing letters for him, but she has no way of actually sending it to him, so she just like puts this letter under her wardrobe. But one day this letter miraculously disappears, and she starts corresponding with this person who got these letters. So it is a fantasy novel, so there's some like magic involved. So the person who actually ended up getting her letters is none other than Roman, but she doesn't know that, you know, she just thinks of him as some anonymous person that got her letter. So they start corresponding. That's basically what this book is about. It sounds so interesting and I'm so excited to read it, to be honest. Okay guys, so I will see you a bit later once I have an update. So see you soon. Hi guys, so I'm back with an update. I actually did end up finishing A Court of Thorns and Roses. Now I'm sorry I didn't really do any updates in between. I did show you some like footage of me reading in a cafe though. I hope you enjoyed it. It was like a book cafe, but yeah, obviously all the books are in Korean because I live in Korea, and it's not like I cannot read in Korean, but I think it requires too much effort for me, so I prefer to read in English. So you know, usually when I go to book cafes, I just bring my own books with me. But anyway, that cafe was so beautiful. And I also went to the library and I borrowed Serpent and Dove. So actually I was planning to borrow either The Silent Patient or Legend Born, but both of them were already borrowed by someone else, so I settled for this. Anyway, back to A Court of Thorns and Roses. So I will try to summarize all the thoughts that I've had while reading this. So my first thought, definitely the first part of this book was like really long and it was dragging a bit. As for the characters, so I feel like the characters are what really make this story. Like the plot itself wasn't as good as I had anticipated. Maybe it's like all of the hype that this book is receiving, it just made my expectations too high. Maybe, I'm not sure. Like the plot itself, like it was good. Like the world building, the world created in it, I definitely enjoyed it. But I think especially at the end, I was expecting maybe some more action or like some bigger plot twist, something like that. I'm not sure. Like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't like a 5-star read for me. And I thought it might be 5 stars before I started reading it, but I decided to give it 4 stars, like solid 4 stars, which is still good. So I'm not saying that this book was bad at all. So like I said, I think characters were what really made this story. So let's talk about Feyre, our female protagonist. I loved her. I love how fierce she is and also how much she's willing to protect the ones she loves. And then we've got, actually my favorite character was Lucian. So he is Tamlin's friend. And I guess you could say he becomes like Feyre's friend. So I just love, he has this like sarcastic personality to him, which I love. But at the end of the day, when things get bad, he has proven to be a good and loyal friend, which I love about him. I love Lucian. Someone please protect him. He does not deserve to suffer. The next character that we have is Tamlin. And now, because I know that Feyre is going to end up with Rhysand, I hope it's pronounced Rhysand. I did check it actually how you should pronounce it, and it said like Rhysand, so I'm going to pronounce it like that. But anyway, because I know that she's going to end up with him, it's hard for me to take Tamlin seriously. You know what I mean? And it's not even like a big spoiler, because I think if you are like active in any book community, you will know that Feyre and Rhysand are like a very loved couple. So, and a lot of people actually don't like Tamlin, I think. I have neutral feelings about Tamlin, so I don't particularly like him, but I also don't hate him. He's just okay. He did some like sweet things for Feyre, which, yeah, I think that's why I cannot hate him, because I'm like, he's done some sweet things, and Feyre, like, I can feel her genuine love for him, even though I don't love him. Like, sometimes when I read a book, when the female character is falling for the male character, it feels like I'm also falling for that character. In this case, I didn't feel that. I know that Feyre loves him, but I don't love him. And then we've got Rhysand, which I already mentioned. So, at first I didn't even know that he appears in this book. I thought he appears in the second book, but he did make a few appearances in this book. And well, I have to say, yeah, he is definitely charming, and I did enjoy every scene with him. So I think after reading the second book, I will be head over heels in love with him. I think so. And then we also have got the Ferris family. They didn't appear much, but like I said, I still think they suck. Especially Nesta, I do not like her. And I don't know if she is going to change or like become better or something like that, but yeah, I don't know, I did not like her in this book. So I think that's it. Like I said, I liked the characters a lot more than the storyline. And also, while I'm talking about this book, I wanted to give a shout out to an amazing YouTuber who did literally the best audiobook I've ever heard. So her channel name is The Reading Hag Returns. I'll actually link it down below. So she did the audiobook for every book in the ACOTAR series, and I believe she's done a few other books as well. But this is the best audiobook I've ever listened to. So she like adds some background sounds and noises and all of that, which literally makes you feel like you are inside the story. It makes it feel so magical and realistic, and also her voice is so soothing and beautiful and just so nice to listen to. So basically what I did was I was reading my physical copy while listening to the audiobook. I don't know why, but lately I felt like this way of reading helps me focus more, and also because her audiobook is so well done, I almost felt like I'm inside of this world. It felt so magical. So I feel like this audiobook is actually one of the reasons why I enjoy this book so much. And even like the more boring parts just seemed so interesting and magical. So I highly recommend you do check out that audiobook and her channel in general. I do not know her personally, but you know, I think she deserves the recognition. So now to answer the question that I set myself, is it worth the hype? Like I said, it's not a 5-star read for me personally, but I still think it is worth the hype. And definitely when people say it's worth the hype, they mean the entire series, not just the first book. So for most people, I think the second book is their favorite in the series, so I'm so excited to read it. I still very much enjoyed this book, and I can definitely recommend it. Yeah, so these are my thoughts on A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I also started reading Divine Rivals. I'm currently on the page 155, so almost in the middle, but not yet. And I cannot, guys. I'm speechless. Okay, I'm speechless at how good this book is. So I haven't finished it yet, but I can already tell it's going to be my new favorite book. I love it so much. Oh, okay, so first of all, let's start. What do I love so much? So I think it's so beautifully written, and I love the characters of Iris and Roman, and like they're not in love yet at this point while I'm reading it, but they're like slowly starting to have feelings for each other, and it's so beautiful and it feels so real and so genuine. And I literally feel like butterflies in my stomach while I'm reading it. And I don't know, just the vibes that this book is giving and the world that was created in it and everything is so beautiful. I mean, it does talk about some like important topics as well, like grief or, you know, feeling alone in your struggles, or trying to live your life for yourself and not for someone else. So do the things that you want to do and not something that other people expect you to do. It obviously talks about war. So I'm currently in a state where Iris has like gone to the place where the war is taking place, and it's honestly terrifying. Yeah, so I'll just continue reading it, but like I said, I think it will be my new favorite book. So even before I finish it, I can already tell it's definitely 100% worth the hype. Okay, I'll see you in the next update. Guys, I just finished reading what is my favorite book of, not even this year, my favorite book ever, and that is Divine Rivals. So I took off the dust jacket. I hope you don't mind, but at least you can admire how beautiful this edition is. I'm so in love with it. So this book, I'm pretty sure the last time I was giving you an update, I said like Iris and Roman are starting to have feelings for each other, but they don't love each other yet. Listen, once they do start to love each other, it gets even better. This is the most beautiful love story I've ever read about. Their love is so like real and genuine. And I don't think I've ever loved any male character as much as I love Roman. He is so precious. And yeah, Iris and Roman, they are literally soulmates. They are made for each other. They are so cute together. Every time they were together, I was like, I couldn't keep a smile off my face, you know? But like I said, it's not only about the love story, it's also very poignant story portraying grief, the reality of war, showing us how fragile and fleeting life can be, and that we should strive to enjoy it in this very moment because we are never guaranteed tomorrow. It has like very sad moments but also very happy moments. So this book will give you so many emotions. Like I laughed, I smiled, I cried, I was anxious. Every emotion you can imagine, you'll probably feel while reading this. And the ending, oh my god, the ending broke me. I'm broken right now. I do not know what to think. I'm very excited for the second book, but I'm also quite scared. I'm scared to see where the things are gonna go and what's gonna happen. You know, I also really love the friendships in this book. So the connection that Iris has made with Atty and Marisol, it was beautiful, honestly. And the fact that they managed to make her feel less lonely and they just felt like family to her, it was beautiful. And it shows you that people can be like family to you even if you do not share any blood. To sum up, I think it is 100% definitely worth the hype. And I highly recommend you read it if you haven't already because it's amazing. Okay, so in this video I read 2 popular books. And do I think they are worth the hype? Like I said, I think both of them are worth the hype and I enjoyed both of them. But this one, I mean Divine Rivals, definitely deserves all the hype it gets. When it comes to A Court of Thorns and Roses, I think maybe the second book will be even better. As for the first book, I think it might be the weakest one in the series. I mean, I haven't read the entire series yet, but I anticipated something more. But like I said, I still gave it 4 stars, so I still enjoyed it and I would still recommend it. Okay guys, so that is it for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.